everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to turn your average ordinary bookshelf into a beautiful crackled, distressed, fully decorated journal cover. I've already got pages in this journal, but it is far from finished. But I did want to show y'all how I got to here, from here to here, how to do a beautiful crackled, distressed, decorated cover. All right, so first we are going to need an already destroyed mat. Why? Because we're going to paint, and it's not a question of if I get paint in more places than my book, it's when I get paint off of the book. Okay, so this is this was an old hymnal that I picked up at a thrift store, and I already removed those pages. Ladies, gentlemen, maybe, if you can find such a treasure as this, save those pages and tea or coffee dye them. They make gorgeous pages and additions to your journals and ephemera. They're beautiful. All right, looking at this, which I hadn't paid much attention to till just now, kind of wish that I had cut it a little bit different and then saved so that these two pieces here could be saved. But I didn't, so I'm going to have to deal with that too in the future. All right, do not worry that we have a little tear right there. Not a big deal. All right, I've got black acrylic gesso. Now, let me just say that I am doing this cover to look different than this color. I want to do a whole series, and they're all going to look a little bit different. So I did start out with a black acrylic gesso here. You can see the tiny little bit where the cracks and the crackles were made. You can see a little bit peeking through. So I'm going to start with the black acrylic gesso here too. Let's move the big tub of it, and for now just use the lid. And for those of y'all upset because I tore up a hymnal, well, one, it was in a thrift store, was no longer being used. Two, there's plenty of hymnals out there. You can go find one and save it if you like. Three, I do think it makes absolutely gorgeous pages. And so, I mean, you know, I make junk journals. That's what we do. We give new life to old books. But I do know that it upsets some people that we tear up old books. And I'd imagine it would upset some people even more if they knew that I was tearing up a hymnal. And for those of y'all who are worried about me, let me just say, my whole life is given over to our Creator and His Son, Messiah, to Abba Father, Elohim, and His Son, who Americans call Jesus, but I try to use his Hebrew name. We're not absolutely certain what that was, so Yeshua, Yahusha, Yeshua, something like that. I just think names are extremely important, and there's power in the name, right? So I want to get it right, but my point is I definitely follow the Bible, absolutely, 100%. so don't want y'all to be concerned because I'm covering up a hymnal in that way. Oh, she doesn't love God. Not true. Y'all can see why I would need this mat here, right? Already, I've made a mess. So make sure you have something down, some brown paper, some paper, whatever. Because you're gonna, if you're like me, it's gonna be a mess. All right. Not gonna paint around the edges yet. Still see a little bit here. So I'm gonna get a good coat on that. Not that I mind that any of that would be seen through. It's you know, it's a burgundy-ish, wine-ish color. So not a big deal. Not a bad color. Okay. All right, this has to dry. So I'm going to set this aside, and when it dries, I will return. Okay, that black is dry, so let's move on to the next coat. Now with my other one, where is my other one? Where's my book? Okay, let me show y'all here how I did the paint. The second coat was white, and then the top coat was pink. I'm going to do this one the opposite. Okay, so I'm going to do a coat of pink right now. I ran out of pink paint at some point. I don't know when. So I had to make up my own. So if it looks a little streaky, it's fine. Obviously, this does not have to be perfect. We're going to distress it anyway, right? So definitely doesn't have to be perfect. Hope I made up enough pink. I thought I had too much there, but now I'm looking at this and I'm wondering. I hope I did. I really don't feel like making more. I'm trying to think if that other one that I did had texture. If the book had texture on it like this one does. I don't remember if it did or not. Come on, come on. You don't need that much more. I'm talking to the paint. I made the pink using some magenta acrylic and some really, really old white gesso that I have that is really, I'm just scraping the barrel, the bottom of the barrel with this gesso. So let me pull a little bit of that out. Hopefully I have enough in here to be able to get some more, but y'all can see it's just, let's see here. Mix that around. So that I don't have to make up anymore. I am going to pull on that just a little bit, just because I don't want to see. A little bit of black poking through is fine, but I don't want it to be a whole lot. I want to have plenty of pink in there too. Okay. There, that's looking like a little bit better coverage. There we go. All right. All right, again, y'all can see absolutely not perfect. That's okay. And now, got to let that coat dry. Okay. Alrighty, pink is dry, and guess what, y'all? I have no white. I have used every single bit of my white gesso up. I had several containers. And I looked in every single container, and it was gone. I had maybe half a teaspoon. But I'm not going to let that stop the show. Found something else that might... I'm thinking I'm going to like this even better because it has a slight distressed appearance. I have some ivory chalk acrylic paint. Matte finish, no prep. Almost white, right? Almost. So that's what I'm going to go with. And I do, just looking at it on here, I do think that I'm liking it better. Gives it a little bit more of a vintagey look than that stark white, which I was going to have to distress. I'm sure I'll have to distress this a little after the crackle finish is done, but not like I would have had to otherwise. And y'all know what? I forgot to do those inside edges. Ugh. All right, well, I mean, gonna have to do them, but won't be right now. Doggone it, I forgot. All right, let me throw my stirrer in the trash. Oh no, my light battery is dying. All right, I'm about done here with this. I've got to let this dry too, and I can charge my battery. I have never ever tried to crackle chalk paint, so this should be interesting. Alrighty, now we gotta let that dry. Alright, now that layer's dry, it is time to add the crackle. Before I start, I have seen or read somewhere that if you add a layer of PVA glue before your crackle, you'll get a more dramatic effect. I've never tried it, but I might have to try it with my next one. Anyway, I've got two things of it here. This I've used before and I like it fine. It's not my favorite crackle, but I do like it. It's fine. Never used this before, but if I run out of this today, this will be what I use. The kind that I like best, they have been out of, so, and I can't think of the name of it, my favorite one, but I will look it up and put that in the link in the description below. But I mean, I like this one fine too. I want some major crackle, and no matter what crackle paste I use, that means applying a thick coat. So if you don't want as much crackle, don't apply as much of the paste. If you want some major crackle, and I do, you've got to apply more. This is a silicone brush I do recommend for this part, as the stuff can be quite thick and would be a bit difficult to spread with a regular brush. Get in there. Now, I forgot to turn my ringer off. If you do this and you do not get the crackle that you want, I do know from experience that you can go back and add more of this and get more of a crackle. Okay, in fact, I've done it and I went back and added more, and I actually have gotten, I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean to get that much crackle. So, you know, maybe you don't do it quite as thick as you're thinking the second time. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how much you want, I guess. So, okay. So I do want some down in that crack right there, but not a whole lot. So, okay. And that crack and that bend, it is kind of a crack, right? A little bit. Yes, y'all, I've got it all on my finger. Oh well, it washes. It's fine. I'm thinking I'm not going to need to use my other today. Oh, there's a piece that's dried up. Don't want to get that down there. Unless I don't get quite the effect I'm going for, I may have to use that to add more because I am running low over here. But definitely enough to do this one coat. Just cleaning up the edges as I go. Didn't get any down here, didn't see that. Alright, y'all, I do think that this will be enough. I think I will know more when it dries. And because this is so thick, this might be my last take of today. This might have to continue on the next day that I can work on this. We will see. Alright guys, gotta let this dry. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am hoping that my camera will stay like I have it. Okay, sorry about that. I have a new setup and I've got to work out some kinks. Yeah, so we're dry here. Now about to place the image. This come off of a napkin. I have made a video on how I do these, but real quick, I just have a little water brush. I go around the edges and then use my nail to separate the napkin, the image from the rest of the napkin. And we are going to put that right on here. How are y'all liking that crackle? I really like it a lot. And you know, like I said, I normally prefer that other crackle paste, but I really like how that turned out. Oh, come on and open for me. Here we go. Okay. So, I've got some Yes paste. That's what I'm going to use to attach. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I think I'm loving it. I wasn't sure which napkin I wanted to use. I have a bunch that I really love and decided on this one. So I am redoing one of my rooms and I'm using an area, well, using actually nearly the whole entire room for my fabrics and a bunch of my supplies, and I decided to set this up as a place to do photos and videos so I can get the video equipment. It takes up so much space in my work area to get it out of there. So I decided to do that for the continuation of this video, and I do have a little kink that's going to need to be worked out for sure. Anyway, I will definitely show y'all some before and after pictures. I don't know if I'll do it on YouTube or not. I have not decided. But I know that I'll put the pictures on Instagram when I get to working on a few things. Alright, so we don't want this to come up. Now we have to be careful here because the tissue could rip easily. Okay, so not only am I going to cover this whole entire napkin, I'm going to cover the whole entire book because I don't want my cracked pieces just flaking off willy-nilly. I want a nice seal on that. So I'm just going to do the whole book. But I'll definitely keep y'all on here while I'm doing the napkin. Y'all can see that I am using my trusty silicone brush. I think it's amazing how, you know, it's the silicone brush. It does tough jobs, but it's also easy enough that I can do a napkin. And no, it's not always perfect, but you know, even when I use one of those really, really soft butterfly-like brushes, I still tear it occasionally, so. I really wasn't sure if I was going to like this napkin on it or not, but I really, really, really do. Of course, it's not dry yet. Could change my mind, but so far I am really happy with it.
right, do it on the rest of the book. And I'm not going to make y'all sit there and watch me. After this dries, I will be back to show y'all the end result of this cover. Okay? All right, so I will see y'all in just a few seconds, but it might be a few hours or even tomorrow for me. Bye. All right, everybody, I am here back just to show y'all the final results of the cover of a new junk journal. So now I need to start adding signatures to the middle. And anyway, I wanted to tell y'all I did have another idea for this that I've never done before. I have no idea how it will turn out, but I am going to do that really, really, really soon. So if you are interested, definitely tune in. It's another attempt at a crackled finish junk journal cover, but different. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.